Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today will be the last class, the last session, and we have reviewed several sessions. The last time we have reviewing fragments, but now we can review all of session that we have been covered. So we have words, fragment, and sentence. Words, you may divide the words by ism, harf, and fi'il. And in ism, you should remember the four properties: status, number, gender, and type. The status means the roles of the words: rafa, nasab, and jar. Number for the singular, pair, and plural. And gender, whether the word is masculine or feminine. And its type, it's common or proper, it's definite or indefinite. And for the status, we have learned this chart to differentiate rafa, nasab, and jar, and to show the numbers. How when the word is singular, how the word form will when it is pair or dual or matani, or plural. So rafa, nasab, and jar. The easy way to remember is for the singular, you may heard u, a, I, or un, an, in. It's light and heavy, without n and with n. Okay. When you heard n or added a nun, it will become, we call it heavy, and it is become common. Okay. But proper for name. I think it's easy, right? Easy. Okay. And then we came into a pronoun, and it's also something that you should memorize because pronoun will be useful in the future session. Okay. And as I remember, we have learned how to memorize pronoun using your hand. Easy, right? Huwa huma hum, hiya huma hunna, anta antuma anta, anti antuma antunna, ana nahnu, right? Your hand, it has a group, right? You can memorize the pronoun. Have you memorized? Okay. Yeah, it's in the thumb. Ana nahnu in the thumb, okay? So, and pronoun actually is an ism. And for the status, it has two different forms: independent pronoun and attached pronoun. For rafa status, the word will be independent, so without any attachment to the ism. For the attached pronoun, it will be nasab or jar, depending on the context, and it will be attached to words, so like hook into the word in the end of the words, in the end of the ism, like rabbuka, salamu alaikum. Okay. And when you encounter plural or in this case a number, you should differentiate whether it is human or non-human. So plural, if you consider the plural is the word is human, which means it has intellect, you should know whether it is broken or just normal, like muslimuna, muslimina, muslimina, right? But if it's not following the order, we call it a broken plural. And the purpose of knowing the broken or not is at the end is how we treat the word grammatically. So if it is broken, we treat it as singular, feminine, or based on translation. You have two possibilities. But if it is normal plural, you can treat it as the translation. But for non-human, whether it is broken or not, for non-human, all the plural is singular and feminine. The plural. Okay. And yeah, I think this logic logic chart is useful for you when you encounter plural. Okay, and we have a fragment. So after we learn and then develop the words, basically the ism, you can make a fragment. A fragment is more than a word, but less than a sentence. Okay, so we have 5 fragments covered: Mausuf Sifat, Idafah, Harf of Jarr, Harf of Nasb, and pointers. So for Mausuf Sifat, it is a noun adjective fragment. So basically the rules is the Mausuf should be matched with the Sifa, the 4 properties: SNGT, status, number, gender, and type. Okay, and the fragment itself can have multiple sifat. So on Mausuf, multiple sifat, like the Mausuf is the man, the sifat is he is tall, brown, nice. You can make up like that, the fragment. And ilofa, so ilofa is kind of easy to find. It when you find a word that is like no alif lam and followed by jar, the status jar, we call it ilofa. The words in the first word we call it mudaf, the second word we call it mudaf ilayhi. And 80%, I think 80% of the Quran, the fragment of the Quran is made from this kind of fragment, this idofa. Okay, I think it's easy. So like no alif lam, it should be a clue for you to find a jar after the word, and you can conclude, oh, this is idofa fragment. And for Harf of Jarr, this is several harfs that you might encounter. Actually, there is more, but for now, and in the Quran itself, only 11. Ba, ta, kaf, lam, waw, min, fi'an, hatta, ala. Bila. So if you find this harf of jar, the word after it should be jar. Okay, that's the one way to remember. So if you encounter B, the word after it should be jar. Like B, billahi, bi ismi, it's E. Okay. And harf of nasab. Okay, harf of nasab, instead of jar, it will make nasab. So the word after the harf will be nasab. Okay, and one thing that differentiates harf of nasab with the harf of jar is harf of nasab, it may have a gap, a distance between the harf and the ism. So you may insert some words in between. Okay, but for harf of jar, it should be right after it. And it's, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Mausuf Sifa is also, they can have a distance, Mausuf Sifa. But idafah, they cannot have a distance. Okay. So inna, anna, ka'anna, bi'anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. Okay. We have 7 harf. And then pointers. For making a fragment, we have also pointers. There are several words, and this for pointers to near object. Okay. Hada is for masculine, hadihi is for feminine. I think for now you can ignore the middle one, the pair, because we rarely use the pair one in the Quran. Because Quran usually use only singular and plural. And for plural, it's the same. Haulai. It's for near, and for far, we call it dalika, ulaika, tilka, ulaika. And again, the plural has the same word. Okay, ulaika, but the different only masculine and feminine. And you can ignore the middle one. Okay, it's for far. So like this and that. Okay, this and that. And the rules for pointers to make a fragment using pointer words. Do you still remember? So if we have pointers hada, and after the word, if I say kitab, Hadha, you should use alif lam. Okay, hadal kitab. It will make a fragment. This book, hadal kitab. This book. But if you remove the alif lam, hadha kitabun, it will make a sentence. Okay. So it's simple. So using alif lam and remove it. It is fragment or sentence. Then one examples that Quran itself use for Quran is the usage of hada and dalika. The difference between hada and dalika. So hada is using only for Quran in the Quran mostly, and dalika is used for kitab. So you may heard dalikal kitab, the Surah Al-Baqarah, using dalika and hadal Quran. Okay, but you may not find hadal kitab. You may find hadal kitab, but it will follow up by some word that indicate that the kitab is sent down. So what does it mean? Actually, this is wrong. It's not ain. I forgot to change. It should be hamzah. So so why Quran use hada? It's basically because of the meaning of the Quran itself. It's to read, to recite, and something that needs to be recited is near, right? You read the Quran, you recite the Quran, it's something near. So the Quran using hada for Quran and using dalika for kitab. And some narration and some scholars said that the usage of the dalika and kitab is because of the kitab itself represents the kitab in the Lawh Mahfuz already been written. So, which means kataba in literal translation, which means to write something that has been written. Imagine that you have a stone that carved, and you cannot change all the words that have been carved in. Okay, it's something that already there. So Al-Quran actually, the word itself is already been there, but sent down, descent by Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, one portion per portion. Okay, portion. So that's some wisdom behind the using dalika and using hadha. So we come to sentence. Okay, we come to sentence. We call it, for now, we only cover jumlatun ismiyah. So it is ism-based sentence or noun, not noun. Yeah, similar to noun. Noun-based sentence in English. Like simple sentence using to be. Like I am student, they are Muslims, he is a teacher. Okay. We call it jumlatun ismiyah. So we form a sentence using ism. And because in English you may find to be, right? R is am. So because in Arabic there are no to be, so you need to figure out where is the to be, or we should find the invisible. The invisible is, okay. So there are five categories. So if you found independent pronoun, after independent pronoun there should be to be. The pointer word, like I said before, followed by other than alif lam. We remove the alif lam. It should be is, am, are, or to be. Okay. And harf of nasb fragment. So after harf of nasb and its ism, it should be to be after it. And proper followed by common should be to be after it. And then a break in the chain. I will explain it one by one. So like in the independent pronouns, like ana muslimun, ana, I. After independent pronouns, you should put to be. I am Muslim. Okay. And pointer word, like I've mentioned before, hada, after hada is, but it should not have alif lam in between. Okay. Hada baik. It is simple sentence. And harf of nasb fragment. So inna Allah, it's the harf of nasb fragment. Indeed, Allah, you may insert to be in between. In this case, has, or in another cases is, or you can use that. And then proper followed by common. So if you have proper words and followed by common, you can insert to be in between. Okay. Al kutubu, the books are, you can insert a to be. Saghira. And a break in the chain. Okay, a break in the chain. Like ar-rajulu. If you cannot find any relation between ar-rajulu and the word after it, you should insert to be. Okay, like hada rajulu tawilu karimun muslim. Okay, this is wrong. I forgot to change. Okay, so hada is the pointer word. So if hada meet ar-rajul, what is this? Hada rajul, yeah, it's fragments. And how about ar-rajul tawil? Yeah, mawsuf sifat, and al-karim is also mawsuf sifat. So the mawsuf will be ar-rajul, the sifat will be al-tawil and karim. Okay. And where's the invisible is? Yeah, because you cannot find any relation between these whole fragments between the Muslimun, you should make the to be here. Okay, so this what this tall noble man is Muslim. Okay, At-Tawil is tall, Karim is noble, okay, honorable or noble. Okay. And after we figure out how to find the invisible is, we now learn the structure. Okay, the structure of Jumlah Ismiyah. So we have three parts, not three parts, three categories. We categorize it as three. The first one is Mubtada, the second one is Khabr, and then MBK is just for, it's cool, right? MBK. No, it's Muta'alliq bil Khabr, because it's hard to pronounce. You can use MBK just for your memorization. So what is Mubtada? Mubtada is the part before is. So we have figured out how to find is, and the part before is, we call it Mubtada. Mubtada we can differentiate. Mubtada has two. If it is ism, it should be in rafa status, or it is harf of nasb fragment. So like inna Allah, it is Mubtada. But like in like just for just normal ism, like the name Zaidun, Muhammadun, it will be called Mubtada also. Okay. So it's, the possibility is two, either the ism with rafa status or harf of nasb fragment. And the khabar is the part after is, the khabar. It is usually in rafa status. Okay. Part after is. Or the part after is may come into this form, Muta'alliq bil Khabr. What is Muta'alliq bil Khabr? It is jar majrur or harf of Jarr, fragment, or Dharf. Dharf is special mudhaf. Special mudhaf that I have mentioned before. It should be related to time and space. like above, upon, special mudaf. So it will make the words in what, like an idofah, because it's mudaf, special mudaf. So the rules for the structure, it should have Mubtada, must have Mubtada, or at least one Khabr or one MBK, or both. You can have Khabr and MBK both. Okay. So I think that's all the sentence that you might need, the rules, and actually I have prepared for you to explore or elaborate the last 10 surah in Quran. So I will highlight all the words that we have covered, like ism, fragments, but for like fi'il, we will not elaborate that words because we haven't covered it yet. So for the first surah, which surah? Alam taro kaifa? Fil, okay. So surah Fil. So you can focus on the orange part. It's orange or brown? Orange, right? Okay, orange. Can you see the word or? Huh? Why? Huh? Is bigger enough? Okay. Rabbuka. What is Rabbuka? Rabbuka. What is Rabbuka? Yeah, it's the meaning. Yeah, not my Lord. Your Lord. You can see the translation. But what is Rabbuka in grammar that we have been covered? What is Rabbuka? What is ka? What is ka? Attached pronoun. So it should be what? Rabbu, yeah, enough. Because Rabbu, you do not find any alif lam, right? It's like, so it might be enough, and then it is attached pronoun. It is enough. It's easy, right? Because it's enough. B. What is B? Harf of Jarr. So the word after it, Jarr. E, right? Okay. Alfili. What is Alfili doing with the Ashabi? Yeah, it's mudaf untuk hilang. Is it right? You can elaborate on your own. Kaidahum. What is kaidahum? What is hum? Pronoun. Attached pronoun. So it's so everywhere is idofa. Yeah. P. Harf of Jarr. So it should be Jarr. Is it right? Yeah. How about alayhim? Yes, Jarr majrur. But you should remember that ala, if attached to the pronouns, it should have helper ya. So it's not alahim. It should be alayhim. It helps the ya. It's 10 rules for writing. Bihijaratin. B. Okay, what is B? Harf of Jarr. Harf of Jarr. In min. Again, Harf of Jarr. Okay, min sijil. Jarr. Okay. Kas. Kas. What? Because you only heard B. Huh? Yes, 2 words. What? Yes, Harf of Jarr. Ka. Because ka, the Harf of Jarr for kaf is rarely used because I think the mostly used is like B, P, Mim, Ala, but it is Harf of Jarr. So that like, okay, like, not like comparison, like comparison. Ka'asbin ma'kul. What is ma'kul doing here? Yes, mausuf. Yes, mausuf. In. Yeah, mausuf. Because if for idofa it can be having, it can be having. Is it right? So actually, if you take a look at the last 10 surah, it's kind of like in chronological way, you can find it continuously from the Surah Al-Fil until An-Nas. It has a connection. Have you ever considered it? It has a connection. So this surah is part of a dua, prayer of Ibrahim alayhi salam in Surah Al-Baqarah. I think the ayat is 126 or 7. Yeah. So in that prayer, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he says, Rabbij al-hada baladan amina. So, oh my Lord, grant me, grant this city security or safety. Amana is safety. It is, it can be used for safety or belief, but in this case it is safety. Warzuq ahlahu minat tamarat, and gave the risk to the people inside it from the plenty fruit, tamarat fruit. So Suratul Fil actually uh, the the prayer that has been accepted, so that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala protected Ka'bah from the al-fil. Okay, you know the story, right? You know the story. So the motive or the reason why the people of Elephant went to the Ka'bah. Do you know why they march to the Makkah? Why? It's from the south, from the Yemen. Why? Why they go to Makkah? Why? Yeah, they want to destroy, but why? Yes, jealous. Because all the focus is on the Makkah, and they want to be like more like a similar. They want to, yes, the popularity, and then they strike the Kaaba with the elephant. And you know the elephant when they like marching, they crush everything that in the ground, right? But in the end, the elephant itself is like it's strong. It's crushed. It's like play of the words in the Quran. Yeah, you will see the play of the words after the play of the words. So the elephant itself, who usually crush something on the ground, it's been crushed by the sijil from the a bird, a babil. So okay, yeah. Kaida is plot or scheme. Kaida, and their scheme to make their to destroy the Kaaba is obliterated by Allah's plan. Okay, and this part of prayer I've mentioned before is in the security, the safety of Makkah. And the second surah after Surah Al-Fil is Surah what? Quraish, yes. So this is also part of the prayer of Ibrahim alayhi salam. What part? the economy, the wealth the Quraysh has. So some scholars argue because it will begin with li. So what is li? Li ila fi Quraishin. Li, what is li? Harf of Jarr. Ila fi, what is fi? What? But you can see the translation. It's like off. Right? So if you find off, what is? Yes. The P is not P for Harf of Jarr. You see, the different P. Right? Ila fihim. What is it? Ila fihim. Yeah, it. Go fine. Rihla. What is rihla? Rihla tashita was slave. So actually, this rihla journey. So if you take out this wow, you can say this wow is the connector, or we call it atifa. It's and apa wow apa atifa. So this wow actually connects this word and this word. So you can add more actually. If you have a sentence, you can add more wow, what, and then it will be they have similar role if you have this connector. So if it is mudhaf ilahi, easily you can mudhaf ilahi for this mudhaf. Okay, but it is different with the mausuf sifat. Mausuf sifat it can have multiple sifat without the wow. Okay. That's the difference. This is going to show you how the connector works in Arabic. Okay. So this is mudhaf ilahi, right? Okay. Rabba, what is Rabba? So if you find Rabba, what? No alif lam, right? So it might be Hada, because Hada, if you remember correctly, did not have any other form. It's not flexible word. Okay, Hada. If you say Rafa, Nasb, Jarr, it will be the same. Okay, it's not flexible word. So for non-flexible words, one way to determine the roles, whether it is Rafa, Nasb, Jarr, you can see because this is mudhaf, it should be mudhaf ilahi. Okay, mudhaf ilahi. It should be Jarr. Okay. And hadal bait, what is hadal bait? It's fragments because they have alif lam. So these halves, okay, these halves, okay, is it right? Alladhi at amahu and at amahu is actually it's a fi'il. At amah it's to feed them. Okay. Min, what is min? Harf of Jarr. So it should be Jarr, okay? And it's also Harf of Jarr and should be Jarr, okay? So this part of the prayer of Ibrahim alayhi salam is actually to describe how the Quraysh has gained wealth. They are economically uprising, okay, and make the tribes around them jealous. So if you take a look for the first ayat li, why the first ayat using the word for? So some scholars argue that these words actually continuation from this fruitful field. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed the people of elephant for their safety, for their security, for their safety, to make the Quraysh feel easy. And then their safety is described in the winter and also the summer. So whole season is safe. So they can make their trade easily. Okay? That is what Allah Subhanahu wa Taala described for Quraysh. So they are easy to get wealth. So therefore, because of that easiness, they should worship the Lord of this house, the Kaaba. They should worship Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. And then later describe who has fed them, give them, like in the prayer of Ibrahim, tamarot, plentiful of fruits, plentiful of trade, plentiful of wealth they have, from hunger, and made them safe from any fear. So they are actually has been given a favor from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So this surah is part of prayer of Ibrahim alayhis salam. It's two surah, and then the surah continue with the Surah Al-Ma'un. So if you see alif in the beginning, it is for question. One way to make a question, but it's not always a question. So it is ra'aita is ra'a is see, ta is anta. So have you seen? Have you seen? Did you not see? Like, so it's like question. Yukadibu, it's still later. Bitin. Okay, just focus on the bitin. What is the Harf of Jarr, and then it's just jar, okay? Why I make Dalika? Oh yeah, Dalika. What is Dalika? It's pointer word. Dalika. Yeah, alif lam. Oh, this is big question. Oh. So if you find alladhi, it is word. It's not alif lam. Okay. So you should remember. Alladhi is also ism. It's called alladhi is ism. We call it ism mawsul. It's for describing connectors, like the one who, those who. Like, so you may find in the translation is the one who. Alladhi. Yadu ul yatim is for yadu is push away to drive, push away the orphan. Wala yahudu ala what's ala? Yeah, it's going to be Ta'am. Okay, listen. It's ta'am, and it is using it's on. It's up. If you say it's on, it means to feed. It is clear. It's you feeding someone or people. Okay, but if you see this word, ta'am, it is ism. It is ism. It's not feeding. So the translation is not so correct. So if you find who gave the food, it's not exactly like that. The correct translation is it is the food of, or if you say the food is belong to the poor people. It is their right. It's not feeding the no. It's different. Yes, the feeding you feed people, and the feed, and it means that you gave a favor, right? You help them. But in this case, it's belong to them. So it is an obligatory for you to give them. It's different. It's ta'am. Ta'am means miskin. What is ta'am and miskin doing here? Or they are brother, sister? Yes, mudaf. Is it right? Is it right? If you have already profound in your information, and then fawailul what is that? Yes, yeah. Musallina, ina, what ina? Yes, that is jamak plural. Okay. So what is for pair? Ani, aini. Alladina is also is a mausul for those whom and what is an? Bata kaf lam waw minti and yes, jar solati him is becomes idhofah, right? Okay. So alladina hum yura'una wa yamna'una Allah. So in this surah, because we have already talked about the Quraysh, they should worship their Lord, but what did they do? They deny. You can't live with the. They deny the religion. They deny the deen, and they drive away. They push away the orphan, who should they are supposed to give food because it is their right. Their right. So actually, what is this surah doing here is it is a commentary for the current leadership of Quraysh. They do not act like they should be, and even in the middle, from the middle up until the end, it's like a sarcasm. So woe to those who pray. So careful when you pray. If your prayer is heedless and just to make a show, just for routine, just for your routine activity, or just for you to showing off to others. That is basically what the Quraysh did, that has been doing all the time. So they are great in wealth. They make the Kaaba as a religious spot, tourism spot. They gain money. They gain economically. They benefit from the Kaaba, but they do not have any sincerity towards their religion. The Milah Ibrahim, the religion of Ibrahim is not there anymore. Okay? And they refuse al-ma'un. So al-ma'un is like a small favor. So Allah calling all all that they have been doing is al-ma'un. So because Allah gave them a favor, a great favor, in safety and wealth, but they do not give back any. They do not give any feedback from their favors. And after that, we come into Surah Al-Kawthar. So what's inna? What's inna? It is the shortest surah. Inna Harf of Nasb. What means inna? What means no? Not. It's a half. Indeed we. Inna. The Harf of Nasb itself is just inna, not without alif. You should remember the rules of the writing inna. So if you heard inna with the alif at the end, it means indeed we, from nahnu, na attached pronoun. Okay, inna, so it means indeed we. So this both becomes inna. Okay, a'toina guys have granted you al-kawthar. Al-kawthar is, I forget the terms, but it is from the kafir. Kafir means lot, and al-kawthar means extremely, extremely lot. A lot of something that has been given. So it is also meaning the water in Jannah, we could call kawthar because it is so extremely lot. When you scoop it, it's still there. Fasoli, what is it? Yeah, Rabbi, because it's B and then Rabbika. Yeah, you think you're right? Inna. What is inna? Harf of Nasb. So this is the normal inna. This is inna with na. Right? Okay. That's the difference. Inna. So the word after it should be nasab. Chani'a. Chani'a. And then chani'a ka. So idofa and harf of Nasb. So in this surah, because the previous surah is talking about the current leadership of the Quraysh, they denies the religion. So who is the true leadership, the true custodian of Makkah? So indeed we have granted you al-Khalqa. So it's directly talk to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the history why al-Abtar is used in the surah is because when Prophet Muhammad SAW had a son, and his son is, I think, in the age of, I forget the age, is died. The neighbor, which is Abu Lahab, his own uncle, he says, Batara Muhammad, Batara Muhammad. Batara means the lineage, the father, son, grandson is cut off. It means that he offended the Rasulullah SAW with the word batal. But then Allah sent down this surah and saying that your enemy, that is the Abtar. Yeah, it is to repel the saying of the neighbor who offended the Prophet SAW. So this means the true custodian, the true continuation of Ibrahim salam is Prophet SAW. If you see the historical analysis, and after the surah, and then this surah. So this surah actually no coloring this surah, only in the end. Only at the end, dinukum, what dinukum, dinu, what's the dinu? Idofa, right? Idofa. Every word idofa. Waliyadin amat. Yes, but it is for an exception or special cases. So it can be. I'm not sure if it is happening in the other ayat. I will check again, but it is exceptional case to have written something like this. And dini, what is dini? Is also an exception. It is not one word. It is two words. Dini. Dini, you have, actually, it's my religion. It's an exception. So you can see the translation is my religion is having e at the end. So if you see the words full, it is actually the common form of Allah. If you heard Allah, it means he said. Allah, he said. But if you see full, it becomes say. You should say it's common form. There is some good rules, but it is long experience. I think that in me it's indicate pronoun. Yes, pronoun. Yeah, for me. It's like lakum. Yes. Lakum, yeah. But it's become liya. Because when you, like for lakum is using la. Usually li is for to, like lillah, it's for an ism. But for li to make out with the attached pronoun is usually la. But in this case it's become liya. So back to the kul, it means say. So if you heard the word full, actually it is something that you should say whether you like it or not. It is a comment. So after giving the Kautar, the surah declares the line. So declares the drawing the line between who is the true people, the true custodian people of Makkah, and who is not. So that's why it is in the proper way saying al kafiru, not talking to ya qaumi. No, it's exactly because the people is already opposed Prophet Sallallahu, because they have offended him so much that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala gave this surah to make a distinction between who is the true people, custodian of Makkah, and who is not. And it is drawing the line, and you can see it in the translation, drawing the line. And after drawing the line, Allah shows the winner. Usually, if you watch a movie or read a book, usually sometimes the synopsis the ending is in the middle, and it is similar. So the ending of the battle between the like before the people who already declared the line, it's already been declared the winner. The winner has been declared in this surah. It's not the end of the surah. It is not the end of the Quran, right? The end is An-Nas. It is Surah An-Nasr. But Allah Subhanahu wa Taala declared the winner. So it should drive the people of believers, the Muslim Ummah, that they will be the winner. But they should remember first, after the help of Allah comes and the victory comes, and the people entering to the Deen Allah in multitudes, in numbers, they should be praise of your Lord, bihamdi rabbika, so they should praise Him and ask for forgiveness. That's one way you see that when Prophet ﷺ entering the Mecca, he is in the position to make a decision. He can obliterate the people because they are offended him. There are barriers for his mission. He can do anything, but he didn't do that. He forgave all of them. So if you take a look, come back to the grammar, Nasrullah. What's Nasrullah? Is it right? You can be bored, right? I don't want. Fi dini. What is fi dini? Yeah. Dinillah. It is not Harf of Jarr. Yeah. Bihamdi Rabbi. Bihamdi Harf of Jarr. Hamdi Rabbi. Hamdi Rabbi. Hamdi Rabbi Bapak. Rabbi Ka. Yeah, is it right? So after declaring the winner, the surah continue to the most one of the offenders to oppose Islam. It's in the surah, and it is quite unique. I will tell you how it's structured. But yada abi. You may confuse what is yada. Yada means hands. It comes from, if you say yadun is one hand, yadun, yadan, yadin. If you say yadani, you have to remember two hands. So the light version will be yada. So it is the light version of yadani. It's two hands. Okay? Yada. So it's light, alif lam, idofan. Okay, idofan is yes. Abilahab, actually, Abilahab was Abilahab. Idofan again. You may be bored. So Abilahab is actually, if you translate literally, the meaning will be the father of fire, but it's also the name of the uncle of the prophet who offends him so much, Abu Lahab. And actually, the word Abu is associated with the use of something that associated. For example, if you know superhero for now, like Superman, Spider-Man, if it is in that time, it will be called Abu Spider. It's similar. So it's like the name that associates someone with. So if we say it is associated with fire, so that's the person, either his anger or his so temperament that it looks like a fire, or his head or his face is look like a fire. It's similar. So there's some narration related to it. Anhu, what's Anhu? Ya, Maluhu, ya, itu Pak, ya, Sirai, data, habis, data, itu apa? Wamro atuhu is actually not, wow, it's not good. Amro atuhu. Idofa atuhu is idofa again. Hamalata hasab. Ya, idofa again. Ya, fi. Ya, idiha, idofa. Min masa. Ya. So the thing that unique in the surah, if you see this Abu Lahab, if you translate Abu Lahab into father of fire, then Allah says he will be burned in the fire. He will be burned in the fire of blazing flames. So it's like play of the word again, play of the word. Because that Lahab, you see, Lahab is flames. That Lahab. Lahab is flames. So you can say Abu Lahab is the father of flames. But Allah made him burn. Okay? It's play of the words. And Hamalat al-Hatab is the carrier of like firewood. So firewood and flame. So Abu Lahab and the carrier of firewood, his wife, is matched, right? Because when you fire the firewood and you throw to someone's houses, it will be burned, right? So it's like spreading the fire. So if Abu Lahab offends Prophet so much, the wife is spreading the fire like a gossiping. Yes. Yes. And also the some ulama also gave the meaning of the fair word is to spread misinformation, to offend Prophet. So it's mixed match, father of fire and then carrier of firewood. So sad. Oh yeah, that's why they get married. Yeah. So we can say, what is the surah doing here? This is actually after declaring the winner. After that, Allah showing the one of the most offended person or people to show that these offenders, they will be burned. So Allah will protect them from this offender. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. So it's like the cloud before storm. Hmm? Why? Why? Because he think that when Prophet ﷺ bring Islam, it's destabilize their position as the true custodian of Khabr. And economically they will be toppled, and in wealth, economy, popularity. That's why they want to suppress the Prophet. They want to boycott the spread of Islam that time. And uniquely, the offenders is given is using his own uncle, his own family. Yeah, his own family. Yeah, yeah. And then after giving the example of the offenders, the surah goes on and gave the purpose. What is the purpose actually? After all the mission that has been accomplished, it's for this purpose. To say, so the only color is Amilahu, Islam, is Harf of Jarr is in the yeah. Yeah, you cannot find any Nova or any Harf of Jarr. So this is actually one surah that if you see Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Ahad is actually, yeah, you can say it's one, but Arabs do not use one as Ahad. No, they use Wahid. So Ahad, they use it for like negative terms, like for in a negative sentence, lam yajid ahadun, or Ahad is using, yeah, in any negative terms. And also the conclusion for the usage of Ahad is because the usage is very unique. It's not only the one, but uniquely one. Uniquely one. It's so exclusive only to him. It's so exclusive, so unique. So why? Because Allah is so much. This is very simple explanation about what is Allah about. If someone having like discussion, Allah is Samad. Samad is like all intention is goes to Allah. All the sources that we need, that we believe that it is taken care of by Allah, it is because Allah is Samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Actually lam is harf, but if you need a long explanation, but lam is harf. Yeah, lam is harf. Harf, we call it harf jazima. This 47 from the next session. it's harf jazima, and the word after it you see is sukun. Yakun is sukun. So it makes the words in this form. We call it lifeless form. Like this, or we call it majzum. It is harful jazima is majzum. So you have jar majrur, you have jazima and majzum. But later you will be learning. So it's just for preview. Yeah. Like kufuwan ahad. Yeah, this is one way to describe ahad in this form. Kufuwan ahad. So for comparable, there is this is the negative sentence, right? No, there is none equal or comparable to him. So usually Arabs using a negative sentence using ahad, but in this first ayah it's using ahad, so it's unique. So why the surah called Ikhlas? Because the one way to make sincerity is when you feel that Allah is is the only one, is the uniquely one, unlike anyone else, that when you make an intention to please Him, then you don't put anyone else in between. And if Allah is the one that can take care of all of your needs at the moment, He is the absolute sources to whom our intention is made. So that's why it's sincerity, it's ikhlas. So when that pure intention and that pure effort made, it is ikhlas. So that's ikhlas. That is the purpose of the mission of the Prophet. So after all the journey they had, after all the victory they had, the surah come into the purpose. But for the purpose to go through, it needs protection, right? You need to protect your faith, right? Because there are two potential threats that is described in and after the surah, from the outside and from inside. Falaq bin Nas. That's why you should recite them before you sleep, right? To protect yourself, because it is protection. So it's for protection. So the colors adalah Rabbi Jar Rabbil Falaq, ya Irofa min syarri Jar. This what is Irofa? Yes. Yes. Jar. Ya Irofa Jar. Jar. Irofa. Yes. So actually in this surah, falak is actually to tear apart, to tear apart, to crack open, to open a crack. So imagine it is night, black. You see this black sky, dark sky, and imagine a crack open and then light comes. And you will see it's Fajr, right? So it's called Falaq. It's daybreak. It's dawn. It's similar with Fajr. So the first glimpse of crack the light, okay, it's called Falaq. So in this surah, it's actually describe the evil that may come. And it is describing as the evil, like magic and something that envy people, they may envy. Yeah, something similar to that, but not magic in terms of in mystical way, but just people envying you. It's not good. It's not good. You should be protected, okay? Because actually it is the protection from outside. So it is describing something far away that may harm you. Yes, similar. But not only that, but also all the people who has the intention itself, it is harmful. And the second one is also the protection. Yes, it's also the protection, because the first word is kul. Remember the kul. Kul is something that you say because of the command, because it is something that, like it or not, you should say. Kul a'udhu is to seek refuge, to seek a shelter, a refuge, and you just say. So bi Rabbi ICZ. I will name myself Jar, Idofa, Jar, what? What is this atau connector? So this is the Harf of Jarr, this is the majrur. Okay, here's the waw. Okay, here's the waw. Finish. Is it right? So the protection in this surah is actually, if you see the word by word, And if you compare the surah with the Fatiha, it goes back to Fatiha. Again, this is the end surah and goes back to the first surah. Fatiha, you begin with something that's positive. Alhamdulillah, is something that was positive. But because this two surah and at the end is to protect you from something negative, so it's like a negative sentence. Because you should seek refuge, you should seek protection. So positive and negative. Birabbin nas, birabbil alamin. Malikin nas, maliki yaumiddin. Ilahin nas, iyyaka na'budu. Something that you worship, something that you love, something that you desire is ilah. It's hard to describe ilah. It has 11 meanings in Arabic. Something that you like, love, desire, up until you cannot live without it. Yeah. Means here was is like whispering, but it's not just whisper, but it is whisper one time, whisper second time, whisper third time. So it will repeatedly whisper it. Okay. Was. Khannas is actually so the translation will be repeating whisper. So it will come back. It repeatedly will come. Khunnas is actually the same word that khunnas in star. Star that appear and disappear. Appear, disappear. It's the same root at the start. So it will goes back. Who whispers, you was visu, you was is feel. So you can notice the difference between feel and isu. Even as you, it's one way. So if you find this word with ya, alif, nun, or ta, it will be present tense. Isn't. So fi sudurin nas. Sudur means chest, the area in your body. So the whispers is only for your chest, not your heart. But if you let go your heart to become seduced by the whispers, you will the whisper that has evil intention will goes down into your heart. So it's yours. It's your decision to let it go or to protect it. So that's why you should say Kul a'udhu is for your protection. Okay. And then the kind who's the whispers is jinn or mankind. Actually, some notes say that it is yourself. You talk to yourself, whether it is you let go of the bad intention or you protect your heart from the bad intention. It may come from jinn and it may come from mankind. So all the time it's jinn and mankind. Also in the Surah Al-An'am, it's also noted that the enemy is jinn and mankind. So the shaitan is from jinn or mankind. So mankind is himself or herself can be shaitan. It's different. Shaitan and jinn is different. Shaitan may come from jinn, may come from mankind, people, human. So all these surah, the 10 surah is actually continuously they have relations. So if you read when you pray and you notice the Harf of Jarr and you notice Idofa, it will make it will make your understanding more like if you knew the Idofa, you may know this means these words have up in the meaning has possession. Or if it is Harf of Jarr, if be it's with or mean is from, but sometimes it's not always like that for Harf of Jarr. sometimes it depends on the word after the harf, because the meaning may differ a little bit. Like mean, it can be from, but it can be of. It's different because of the word after it, and it will depend on the form of the word after it. If the forms in the, but it is in the form. There are for now there are usually 10 forms, 10 forms. Like I have mentioned, like aslama, salama is different form, different meaning. Salama is different meaning again. Or the usual words for allama is have a sadda in the middle. Allama is different, and alama is different again. It's different form. You may learn it after we have been done with all the basic nahu. We may come a little bit to solve. So if you have learned fi'il, fi'il itself have some sub concept. Fi'il madhi, mudhari, amr. Yeah, the basic thing on the net. But you may need to memorize the pronouns. So please memorize the pronouns, and it will be helpful for you to further elaborate the field, because you may need to memorize today, because every field form depends on the pronoun. Like I've said, Nasara is he helped. Nasarat, she helped. Yeah, you need to memorize the pattern. Okay. So I think we have concluded our session, and this is our last session. And I don't know whether we'll be having our class again. Maybe I don't know. I'm maybe after winter vacation. Yeah, and maybe later we should decide when and what time we should start the session again. Okay, thank you all again for coming. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.